Hello, welcome to taxation class, and this is the second module. And we'll be talking about the Nigerian tax system today. And when we talk about this, we will look into the structure and level of taxation, that is, which the categories they are divided into. We'll also look at the functions of the major tax authorities in Nigeria. We look at the roles of the Joint Tax Board, the overview of tax revenue sources in Nigeria, and administrative challenges in the Nigerian tax system. The Nigerian tax system serves as a vital framework for mobilizing revenue, promoting economic stability, and ensuring equitable development across all levels of government. And when we talk about the levels of government, it talks about the federal, the state, and the local government, the tiers of government. And it is structured into 3 tiers. Just like I said, the federal, state, and local government, and each has their distinctive power and responsibilities as defined by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. And within this structure, various tax authorities such as the Federal Inland Revenue Services, the State Internal Revenue Services, and local government authorities played a crucial role in ensuring tax collection and administration. And the JTB further coordinates the activities of these bodies to promote uniformity, efficiency, and cooperation in tax matters nationwide. Looking at the 3 tiers as per the structure of Nigerian tax, the Nigerian operates the federal system of government with taxing power distributed across the 3 levels. And for the federal government, it has the authority vested upon the Federal Inland Revenue Services, and the taxes includes the national, it is national in scope, and it includes company income tax, the VAT, petroleum profit tax. And the purpose is for economic management and also for revenue for the federation account. When we talk about the government, state government, the authorities vested on the State Internal Revenue Services, and it focuses on the individuals and state level activities like the personal income tax, the road taxes, and the likes. And the purpose is to fund state infrastructure and also social services. And for the local government, it is vested on the local government revenues committees, and it's actually grassroots levies like the tenement rates, the market fee, and the likes. And the purpose of this is to ensure community development and basic service delivery across the local government. And when we talk about the Federal Inland Revenue Service, just like I said, the governing act, the governing act for the FIRS is the FIRS Act 2007, and the core function of this tax authority is that it accesses and collects federal taxes, all federal taxes. Also, it implements and enforces federal tax law. It also advises the government on tax policies and reforms. It automates tax administrations. And lastly, it collaborates with internal bodies like the OECD, the ATF. And the significance of this tax authority is the primary engine. It is the primary engine for the national revenue generation. And when we talk about the State Internal Revenue Service, it's actually governed by the Personal Income Tax Act and the state law. And the core function of this is one, to collect state taxes like PIT, personal income tax, withholding tax, and more. We'll be looking at this one after the other. And also, it's registered taxpayers within the state. It enforces compliance and conducts audits, and also it generates revenue for the state development project. And for the local government revenue committee, it is governed by the Act of the Local Government Law and Tax and Levy Act. And the core function of this is to collect local taxes and levies, and it also maintains local revenue record. It funds grassroots projects also, like the sanitation and road network. We have the Joint Tax Board, which is classified or known to be the coordinator of these three levels that we've been discussing. And what is the role of the JTB? The main role is serving as an advisory and also harmonizing the body for Nigerian tax administration. And just like I said, the function is one, harmonization, and this deals with ensuring uniform application of tax law or policy across Nigeria. Also, it serves as a coordinate. It functions in the aspect of coordination. That is, it prevents overlapping and disputes between the Federal Inland Revenue Service and the State Internal Revenue Service. And also, in terms of standardization, it manages the unified taxpayers identification number, the TIN system, and also it serves as a capacity building in terms of trains tax officials from all tiers. And lastly, it serves a purpose or function of dispute resolution. That is, it provides a platform for resolving tax conflicts. And overall, it serves a purpose to create a cohesive and efficient national tax system. Let us look at the overview of the tax revenue sources. For the federal government, it's actually under the direct taxes. We have the company income tax, we have the petroleum profit tax as a direct means or source of revenue. And also for the indirect taxes, we have the VAT, we have the custom and excise duties, and others include the stamp duties, education tax, and the likes. For the states, the main source is the personal income tax, and other sources are the withholding tax, road taxes, business premises levy. For the local government, the main source is the tenement rates, the market and shop levies, motor park fee, and the likes. And bringing this, the strategic shift is that the government is actively promoting non-oil revenue, that is the likes of VAT, the CIT, to be able to reduce the dependency on oil, the PPT. There has been more dependency on this on revenue from oil to be able to provide or perform the social responsibilities. But now there is beginning to be a shift into the likes of the VAT, value-added tax, and the CIT as such. We have the major administrative challenge, and the first one is the widespread tax evasion and avoidance. And for this, it's under-reporting income and operating in the informal sector, and it's the eroding of tax and increases burden on compliant taxpayers. Another administrative challenge is the weak institutional capacity. And when we talk about this, it's the lack of trained staff and modern tools, specifically, especially at the state and local government, and this leads to inefficiency, error, and corruption. Another is the poor taxpayer database, and this deals with incomplete the TIN, the TIN registration, and lack of data integration. And this hinders accurate assessment, tracking, and revenue forecasting. Also, we have the multiplicity of taxes, and this deals with overlapping taxes from different government tiers, and it creates confusion, frustrates businesses, especially the small and medium scale enterprises, and increases compliance costs. We also have another challenge of corruption and lack of transparency, and this deals with bribery, embezzlement, and extortion by officials, and it undermines public trust and voluntary compliance. And lastly, we look at it in terms of another challenge as large informal sector, and over 60% of GDP is untaxed or difficult to tax, and it results in a narrow tax base, over relying on formal sector employees. And we also have reforms, reform initiatives and the way forward. We've seen reforms coming up in the past few years, like the establishment of the Finance Act. And for this, it's actually an annual update to modernize tax law. And if we are conversant with what is happening in Nigeria, we'll see that by 2025, there will be some changes in the tax payments as we've been having it. And another is the digitalization. And this deals with the tax pro marks for federal taxes. Similar platforms in some states are, and this is actually a reform. Another is the National Tax Policy 2017, and this deals with the framework from a sustainable and equitable system. And the path to improvement is one, the technology. Two is transparency. It is very, very important where you communicate clearly on tax collections and utilizations. Another is the taxpayer education. And the last one is interagency cooperation. In conclusion, the Nigerian tax system is constitutionally structured across three tiers of government. And we've seen that the FIRS, the SIRS, and the local governments also. And the main authorities, each with their different taxes and also their functions. And we see that the JTB rather, is critical for harmonization and coordination of the other tiers or of the other levels of tax. And despite a diverse revenue base, administrative challenges like evasion, multiplicity of taxes, and a large informal sector hinders efficiency. And ongoing reform and digitalization are key to strengthening revenue mobilization for national development. Thank you.